Yeah, so you have, like, the warrior, the scientists, and the dick. The three core archetypes. Hello, friends. This is Cold Run. Welcome back to a blind playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion, where we're here in the capital of Tule... Oh, I don't know if it's the I think it's the capital of Tule. And last time we got a tour of the city, and we're ready to continue on from here. Now, I am joined by my cat Pigeon, who will not make many appearances, but I figure I'll just show where he is. So, he is an elderly gentleman of about 17 years old, maybe 18, something like that, hard to say. And he is usually, in these videos, he's just napping right next to me. That's him. He's a good boy. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. Did I pick the worst place to stop, or did I pick a good place to stop? I don't know. The Rite of Succession. I've acquiinted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly curls. I know, I love that phrase, like herding cats, or like getting cats to walk in a parade. Yep, guilty as charged. I understand all too well. Charlian had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. I'm optimistic about meeting the father, because she seems to have real, sincere, like enthusiastic, unabashed love for the guy. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. I guess I should not be surprised that her father is impulsive. I'm a little bit surprised, though. Actually, no, that does surprise me. That absolutely surprised me. I did not expect that. I thought he would be, like, measured and, like, trying to tut her a lot, but no. He's engaged in a battle. Sparring of some kind, I'm guessing. With Estinian. Was this in the trailer?
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Right? Was he just invited to fight?
You know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with?
Yes. Yes, the two-headed... Yes. How did he hear about Estinian? Or they? I don't know if I should refer to the father in the plural or not. I think it's just he.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Vow of Resolve, Gulool Ja. His other side is veiled. With eyes on the veil. That is fascinating. Vow of Resolve. What's the other side going to be? Vow of something?
Know that you are the strongest I've fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
All right, I like Gulool Ja.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Yeah, the Lalafell with the paintbrush. She's the true warrior.
I see you, warrior.
I'm waiting for the other one to speak. I'm really interested what their personality's going to be like. Vow
You
of
had no idea you
silence?
meant to visit Tyrrell.
No.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
Yeah, just kind of going where the wind
You
takes him.
wouldn't stop out. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, the other head is just taking a nap. Never mind. Maybe they like alternate so that they're never asleep.
His years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamati must be a what's it called? Like a, not pet name, but like when you want to show affection for someone. Like Honey, Pookie, Snuggle Bear.
A term of endearment.
Term of endearment.
my
Thank you.
family calls
Thank you,
me.
Book. I don't know. I wonder what it exactly means, though. Like beloved or blood of my blood. There's a million things it could be that. I feel like that might end up being impactful.
Oh. When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Dawnservant.
So he changed his name to adapt.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then.
Excuse me, it's late. I might be yawning.
And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the Rite is at hand. I will summon the other Claimants at once.
Do it.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my...
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Estinian. Yeah, good fortune. Do whatever you're gonna do. Go overspend money or fight a dragon or one of your other charming Estinian qualities. That is some elaborate throne right there. Boy, that's an elaborate throne. Alright, so we got villain McEvil pants here. Not clear whether he's evil. Certainly villain McAntagonist pants at the very least. The question is when are we gonna see...
The Claimants are assembled.
Wait, that's it?
The first promise. Gulool Ja.
Oh, they were so much smaller, I don't think I even noticed them. So Gulool Ja is the one who runs the Landsguard?
The second promise.
Kona. His name came up earlier, but I don't remember what it was.
The third promise. Uklamat.
Ooh. And the youngest, the one more, is you.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Gulool Ja Ja.
So not the fourth promise. Chosen of Mamuk. Were you yawning or giving yourself accolades?
You four will compete in the Rite of Succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawnservant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position.
Good leader?
But mine is
Or that's a good
torch
sign,
that
at
has
least.
never been passed. Tuliyolal is young, So I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen.
The autarch of Mamuk. So, I don't remember his name. I know they just said, and I met him yesterday, but the antagonist guy. So, he's the chosen of Mamuk, and there used to be an autarch of Mamuk. So Mamuk might be just a clan, like a powerful clan that used to be in power?
Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Gulool I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamuja at all.
I have a feeling if...
So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well.
So... the two-headed one is the biological son. The others are adopted. Okay.
Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
So they had a tournament that some of the others were able to fight their way in through.
Now you have us to compete again.
No, so Gulool Ja Ja... I know Gulool Ja Ja might be saying that to the others who won the tournament.
Though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
I'm just confused now. So Gulool Ja Ja is not the son? Unless he was the son and he also competed in the tournament?
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Yeah, Gulool Ja is the only one that seems like he sucks so far.
You've been waiting to hear the nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yoctural.
I'm just looking because there was a contest and there was a tournament. Oh, you're still going.
City of Gold.
Right, so there was a tournament, and if you win the tournament, or if you did well in the tournament, you got to join the contest? Okay. I'm sure we'll learn more. I'm a little bit lost in that. Who's adopted, who won the tournament, who's whatnot.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
Gonna ask why do this if it's like mythical?
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
Did you?
It is real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Gulool. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City.
Why didn't you go in?
I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you'll need to break the seal I put in place.
Did you seal someone inside there, like the giants or a god or something?
Bring them.
And if so, why break it? Are these people who've seen the Golden City? Are these... clues, maybe? Right, the stone... yeah, these are, like, I guess, replicas of the stone story things.
Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth.
So it's not just... I like that. So it's not just a race to see who gets there first, no matter what the means. You have to retrace the path that the current leader took and be judged along the way for worthiness in some way.
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've defeated each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
So is this going to be collaborative then? Because what if one person... what if, like, we get the first tablet, but someone else gets the next one? Because it's not going to...
Exciting, isn't it?
I can't imagine... it's like, is it just going to be whoever gets the most keystones locked in? Can't be that.
Tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne.
I just want the rules a bit clearer, that's all.
Have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Gulool Ja Ja successor and be done with it.
Yeah, so Gulool Ja Ja's got to be the biological son.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest.
I wonder who the mother is.
And Claimants, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Who Gulool Ja Ja's mother is, I mean. So we'll each get a tablet, but all of the tablets need to be done. I'm sure we'll see as we go. Oh, you're going to ask about Galuf?
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Krile Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Perhaps.
Ah.
The note, again, I keep forgetting about the note.
Sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf.
Now, if I didn't remember that Eureka had this storyline already, I would be wondering at this point if they were going to use... if they were going to repeat a Final Fantasy V type storyline here, where, you know, a long time ago, Galuf and, you know, this dude and, you know, Gulool Ja and a bunch of other people, like, helped the Dawn Warriors. Oh, the Dawnservant, the Dawn Warriors. Oh, of course. But this is different. They already kind of did that with Eureka. But at the same time, Galuf was part of the Dawn Warriors. And this guy's the Dawnservant. And the Dawn Warriors helped seal Exdeath, an ancient evil, like, in the forest. But this is... He asked Galuf to help investigate the Golden City where they sealed it for some reason. So I don't know what they're going to do with it. And again, I don't remember the details of Eureka, but I think they did something similar with that already. But I'll be really curious to see. And let me know if I'm mistaken, if there was nothing like that going on in Eureka with Galuf sealing something away. I thought he was doing... He was sealing, like, I don't know, I never did the raid, but I thought he was sealing stuff away there. But maybe not.
Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world.
Clover.
On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
On behalf of the students, my butt, who's here for herself.
No, not at this time. I have tasked the Claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
It's fair.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Yeah, because Gulool Ja Ja was not going to share Jack with you.
Very well, Dawnservant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
She's in her formal cat hair hood to speak to royalty.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just the same stuff as before. So he knows Galuf. They both probably helped seal whatever it was into the Golden City. Maybe they're both Dawn Warriors. But I thought we saw, like, Galuf with, like, the wolf, and I don't remember seeing a two-headed lizard in that group.
But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm.
Look, whether it's Wuklamad or Karlak, I'm a sucker for muscly ladies with relentless enthusiasm. So I'm happy to be swept up in it.
Lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
I'm good, thank you, though.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it.
So if I were just getting swept up, I wouldn't be true to myself,
Only
but
then
yeah.
We hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
So we'll say yes, and we'll try to hold on to our morals, our sense of self, our centeredness as we walk this new path. I want to see where this journey leads. Yeah.
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawnservant's revelation.
Like, you feel like you have to be... Because this guy... See,
it's Gulool Ja!
Yeah, Gulool Ja seems respected and calm.
Fierce and mean. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
Yeah, and he was calm. He wasn't, like, raging.
First promise.
Good feeling.
Aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please.
So no Wouten onlooker.
Serelja.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawnservant, has heard your pleas.
He's the blood heir. So Gulool Ja Ja is not the blood heir. Right, okay, so Gulool Ja Ja is not the blood heir. He was just chosen by Mamuk, which is maybe a clan or tribe or something like that. Okay. Why did he have his, like, buddy do that?
The first promise and commander of the Landsguard.
Why didn't he say that himself?
Serelja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Gulool Ja is indeed the natural child of Gulool Ja Ja.
So the Palaceers, like, on
And
Team
was it
Gulool Ja.
son? Is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children.
What?
Yet Gulool Ja was born all the same.
Oh, okay.
The head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
It does find a way.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
So maybe he just felt he wouldn't be as eloquent as befitted the situation. And delegating responsibilities is an important part of leadership. I mean that sincerely.
He's a natural swordsman. A gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
I mean... what? Of course they've been labeled expansionists. It's because they're expansionists. What a weird way to put that.
This puts him in direct opposition to Uklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace.
So, yeah. So, not great sign about Gulool Ja then, despite my initial impression.
Claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Gulool Ja, the warmonger.
Because I was just thinking, before this whole thing, I was thinking that the person she was most worried about was Gulool Ja. I'm going to get all the names wrong again. I apologize in advance. Was the two-headed guy. I think it was Gulool Ja. But no, that's not even the guy that she's most worried about. Maybe because he's not as competent? I don't know.
Krile, are you alright?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Gulool Ja's ambitions.
And what foreign lands? Are like Ishgard?
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Also, I love the storytelling device here of not making us have the echo, but of giving it to Krile and just hearing about it. I really like that. Anything we can do to avert main character syndrome, even though we're kind of the main character, I appreciate. And even small stuff.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
All right, so I figured, yeah, the glasses mean that he's all about science.
They complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
They're setting up the archetypes. You got the warrior, you got the scientist.
The rite of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawnservant.
Good. Not promising anything early.
You will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Sharlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
So not boastful, a little bit humble.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Sharlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation.
Not necessarily science even then, just innovation. Probably
Kona
cultural
and
too.
Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
And so now we're going to see how people react to Gulool Ja. Or Gulool Ja? I don't remember the son. Again, I apologize. It's not intentional. I actually think Gulool is the father. Gulool.
Of you all to cheer the lesser Claimants.
Yeah, so you have like the warrior, the scientists, and the dick. The three core archetypes.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawnservant.
You suck.
That my kind should reign is Gulool Ja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliolal. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your deity.
You know what? Again, I'm not as worried about Gulool Ja Ja. I feel like there might be, and he's being set up as, again, as a jerk. And as a potential tyrant, certainly, but I would not be surprised if they're... I would even, I'm going to predict it. I'm going to... Not like predictions matter in this case, but I think he might be getting set up for a redemption arc of some kind. I could be dead wrong, but that's what I think right now.
The Gulool Ja have finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
Yeah, so even the Gulool Ja don't want this.
Gulool Ja Ja.
Well, I'm sure some
the
do.
Recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise.
So he won the tournament.
His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Gulool Ja are his only supporters.
That does kind of undercut the redemption arc thing, because usually redemption arcs, they start out stronger and more on top, and here he's an underdog almost. which makes me actually more worried about him.
The throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself.
Yeah, like he seems like he's threatening less long-term world-shattering harm than Gulool Ja, but he still sounds like bad news.
One thing seems certain. If he does become Dawnservant,
yeah,
he will see the Gulool Ja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
I mean, I don't know how long he would last then, because I don't know, like, only a few Gulool Ja would want that. Boy, that doesn't sound like he'd be, even if that happens, like if that were to happen, I don't think it's going to happen, but like if that were to happen, that doesn't sound like he'd be setting himself up for like a long reign. It sounds like he'd be setting himself up for a knife in the back.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
I wonder why Gulool didn't put him as the one who cannot be allowed to rule, why she focused on Gulool Ja. Because from that sound of it, they both sound equally bad news, but maybe he's just less competent. My guess is that he's just less competent, maybe less of a threat. Why would everyone go? Not like she cares, but...
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Yeah, she's on board with that.
Gulool Ja Ja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Gulool's most ardent supporters.
That makes sense.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Gulool was taking part in the Rite of Succession?
Why are you surprised?
Promise. I thought it was only Gulool Ja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Really? I'm surprised by that.
Compared to the two Gulool Ja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Gulool. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling.
It's fun. It's a really endearing combination. How you know, ready for battle. And it's probably a rare one in, like, if you're going with the shonen anime stuff. Like, the character who's like, well, it's probably not that rare, but like the one who's like super ready for battle and is totally fine with being thought of as like not as strong as the others. Oftentimes I think of that, like, I'm gonna be the best that there ever was, like in tandem with like, don't call me short, like or with like, don't look down on me, I'm gonna beat you in the face. Like, I really like her combo.
Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack.
Yeah, I don't know what
strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
She seems like a sincere, she seems honorable, she seems down to earth, friendly, she seems like she cares about people sincerely. I don't know enough to say about the others to say that they don't have those, but that stands out to me about her.
Thank you, Namika.
And the desire for peace is like a major thing.
Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
All right, it's nighttime. I'm guessing that just that prior scene always happens during the daytime, regardless of what time it is in game. Well, so much for the brief union I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliolal saga. So, who has the 7 tablets? Who's holding them? I guess maybe it's like the 7 electors that we just saw that walked out with them. I guess that's who is going to hold on to them. Might I first suggest comparing the tablets against the pillars? We can check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go and take a look. That is a good idea, Alphino. Alright, let's go check out this quest just past Hyundai Sonata, the famous Viera, the Korean Viera Hyundai Sonata right here. Hyundai Sonata the Red. I love this community so much. The Final Fantasy XIV player base. Well, that makes everyone. Book Lamont, the tablets, if you would. So she has the tablets, or I guess everyone has copies of the tablets? I don't know. I guess everyone has copies of the tablets. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. I didn't see close enough, I didn't see each of them long enough to catch a difference. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? Alphino. Dawnservant said that if we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tural's people, and that we were to retrace the path he walked uniting Tural's people, and we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliolal saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. What do you say, Wook? Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanuhanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during the festival season and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That would involve the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm that we passed through the sea. Apparently it ravaged Yogg-Doral several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. Yeah. Don't want to run into just The forest collapsed in front of us. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. And off she runs. A worried Erenville looks on. It would be prudent to ensure we've prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. Can we wait? Or I guess we have to wait. We're not going anywhere without the information, so might as well take a rest. And the accommodations are, because this is like the docks, so... Oh no, this isn't the docks. Maybe this is the hotel district, something like that. Peshekwa, who are you? Farard Cabins. Yeah, this looks like yeah, the inn, something like that. That's right, the reservation is under Wuklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you could meet us outside of Shbalyav Tai. I'm sure we'll hear soon enough. Greetings, visitors to Tuliolal, and welcome to the Farad Cabins. Lay it on me. Let me see the rooms. The accommodations. Await your companions embark on the rite of succession? Are there any new stuff that popped up that I can do? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, let's go ahead. I trust you to be the keenest to head out, Kukushu. I mean, I think you're probably the keenest to head out. You're probably tired of not killing things. But where are Erenville and Wuklamat, I wonder? And we got the Hanu and the Pelu Pelu. Oh good, you're all here. And who might your companions be? Well, seeing as we needed information, I thought, who better to get it from than the locals? These two hail from the villages we're going to visit. Oh, is this going to be like we can choose our starting zone sort of deal? I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? Helpful Hanu, I am honored that the third promise would seek my advice. Approachable Pelu, I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Okay. So you're kind of setting up your... It looks like the Hanu are more honorary and the Pelu Pelu are more businessy. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Oh, yeah, what do you call it? The walkie-talkies, the smartphones, the communicators. Link pearls, dang it, almost got it. It's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. Even just in terms of battle, that sounds like a ridiculously useful invention for armies, that sort of thing. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. Yeah, we got Helpful Hanu and Approachable Pelu. Beginning of a profitable partnership. The Tuliolal saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are a cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Okanu, is located in Kozamauka. The other smaller fellow is of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods from Wachumpelo, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, put that adventurer's instinct of yours to work for us, Kakushu. Pick our destination. Okay. So once we start one, we have to complete it. And we can pick whichever we want. Gotcha. You know what? I'm going to call that here because we're going to pick up some of these, but I'm also going to check out some of the little side quests that opened up all around town. And so I think that'll probably be my next video. For any of you though, and I expect there's many because I'm one of these people. Sometimes I go back and forth. If you just want to see the main story quests, I'm going to keep those in a separate playlist. I'll mark those. And so I'm not going to mix the videos when I do side quests and that sort of thing. I will keep those isolated. Those will be their own thing. And so if you're just interested in the main story quests, then you'll be able to spot those videos from a mile away. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I don't know which if you have a strong preference, if there's like one that you'd rather see me try first, let me know. And but I might just pick one of these, whichever path looks funnest. I'm leaning more towards the helpful Hanu because look how pretty its plumage is. You're so cute. I'm leaning more towards the helpful Hanu just because of that, because you look cooler. Yeah, but I might also do approachable Pelu. Oh look, there's my friend Pythos running away. Okay, yeah. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos as they come out, and I'll see you down the road. Bye-bye.